Last, week and a half been like after that game and trying to turn the page and know that there's still obviously a lot of things you guys can still play for?
Yeah, this week has been great. I mean, obviously the last game didn't fall in our favor and we didn't play to our standard in the end, but it's been great to see how we came together. A lot of teams would turn their back and just focus on the next season or just feel sorry for themselves, but we've kind of all came in. We had a big team meeting on Sunday after the game, and we just all committed on the spot to finishing out the season strong, knowing that our goal is still available for us, and we're going to focus on that. And this is the playoffs right now, and we're going to take it one at a time, go 1-0 every week. And at the end of the day, even though the season didn't start the way we envisioned it, we can still complete it, and everyone's bought into that, and the conviction is high. So I'm excited to see what comes from that.
When you're 3-4, I mean, is that easy to look at that and say, hey, as bad as it's been, if we can win these last 5 games, we're in the championship? Or is that tough for some guys with how the season's been going?
I mean, it's tough, especially for some young guys that haven't really experienced the way a season's gone like that. But I mean, football doesn't bounce straight up and down. It's going to go all over the place, and that's how life is too. And the best teams and the best people are ones that respond to adversity. And I feel like we've always had a high standard here on our response to adversity and how we handle ourselves. And all the young guys are starting to buy into that, and our leadership is doing a great job of relaying that message that our goal still is on the table, even though it hasn't gone the way we've wanted to. And we've done a good job pointing out how we've been playing really good as a team at different points in the game. Now it's just putting all 4 quarters together and knowing that when we play at our best, there's nobody that's going to be able to beat us. So just buying into that, and we feel good coming off of this week, and people are buying in for it.
You mentioned it kind of feeling like a playoff, one loss, and your goals could go away. Just how have the guys kind of embraced that pressure?
Yeah, we love it. I mean, we talked about that before the season even started. This second half of the season run was going to be hard, and it was going to be the same way no matter what our record was. And there's a lot of great teams that we're going up against. The Mountain West is an extremely tough conference this year, and it's continuing to build like that every week. So it's great to go up against a team like Wyoming and Fresno, those guys that we're playing next, because they're all great teams, and we embrace the pressure, and we know that there's a lot on it, and we're just excited to get back out there.
Matt Lauder's a guy who's seen his snaps increase this season. Where have you seen him grow the most?
Just his maturity and like his football intelligence and stuff, because he's a guy that's explosive, and he's going to give his all on the field no matter what, and he's a really tough dude, and we've always known that, and now it's just channeling it, using his fundamentals and technique to be able to make explosive plays and use his talents to do that. And he's just grown so much, and I'm just excited to see where he goes from here, because he's a really hard worker, and he puts a lot of intention in it, and so I'm excited for him.
Everybody I talk to about him says he's a fun-loving guy. He's even a locker room prankster. You have a funny Matt Lauder story you want to share with us?
Oh, there's a lot. I don't know if I have one off the top of my head, but he's definitely a prankster and a good dude to be around in the locker room, and he's just fun on the field too. He keeps the energy high, keeps the spirits high, and he's just a fun dude to be around.
What are you seeing out of Wyoming's defense?
They're definitely just fundamental, and they fly around. They play really well together. They don't do too many complicated stuff, but what they do really well. And I know some of the guys on their defense from the Vegas captains thing, and they're great dudes, and they play really hard. And so just watching them on film, they fly around and use their techniques really well and their discipline. So it's going to be a really tough challenge to go against, but we're excited for it.
You mentioned the Wyoming captain, Easton Gibbs, the middle linebacker. What makes him special? Because he's been good for a number of years.
Yeah, he's just a physical dude, and he flies around. And you watch him on the field, he's just sideline to sideline. He's everywhere, and he does a really good job of doing his role within that defense. He's a really disciplined player, and when he has to make a tackle or play on the ball, he does a good job at that. So like I said, it's going to be a really good challenge, and he's an all-around good dude too, so it'll be fun to go against him.
Other than Washington, is this the best front seven you guys have faced this year?
They do a really good job. I think we've played Memphis, had a good front too, and there's been a bunch of other teams. Colorado State, their DNs were awesome, and that's big in our conference. The fronts are really hard, and like we say every week, the most physical team wins, and that's where it starts, is the front, and then it goes sideline to sideline. And they're definitely a good front. They have disciplined guys, and they're explosive, so it's going to be a good battle.
Well, it's like as a tight end or just an offensive player when you turn around and you're not sure sometimes which quarterback's coming into the huddle or just kind of the rotating there. How's that been going?
It's been cool, actually. I mean, in high school, I was a part of a rotating quarterback room, and so I've kind of had that perspective of it. And it's difficult at first, but honestly, those guys love each other up so much, and they care for their success so much that we're all just bought into both of them. We know both of them can handle their business and know exactly what to do. So whoever's back there, we know the play is gonna operate smoothly, and there's really no drop off between the two at all. So it's fun to just be able to go out and play. And as we've continued to practice more and more, we're getting reps with both of them, and everything's going smooth. So we got two great guys back there, and excited to see them keep working their magic throughout the year.
After missing some time with injury, how nice was it to come back and get your first touchdown of the season?
Oh, it was great. I mean, yeah, going ups and downs, that 6-year senior body starting to kick in, but feeling great, and it's good to be back on the field. And the touchdown was really excited just to help the team in a high pressure moment, but it was super fun. I was excited for it.
What was the injury? Or what was it? Just kind of the wear and tear? Or?
Yeah, just can't go into details about it, but I'm feeling really good right now, so I'm just ready to go out back on the field and just know I'm all good, ready to go.
Just kind of your production this year. Kind of what's kind of it's not quite where it was in past years. Is that kind of a disappointment? I know you guys, your coaches have said the tight ends are blocking great. Just kind of what's your what's been your look on what the production's been from the tight end room this year?
My role, when I think of production, I don't think about stats and touchdowns and catches. I think of how I'm going to help this team. And when the ball's thrown my way, I've been trying to do my best and make plays on the ball. But in the blocking scheme, I feel like I've been doing a really good job. And Matt Lauder's also been doing great with this O-line. It's just a whole team game. And when I think production, I'm not only thinking about statistics. I know a lot of people think of that when it comes to tight end and receivers and stuff, but a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes stuff. When I see one of our receivers going to make a crack block or a block downfield, we get more excited about that than if they catch a 30-yard pass. So production wise, I feel excited just because we're able to help, and we have two of the best backs in the country. And George hasn't even been out there, but Ashton's been doing amazing, and anything we can do to help open lanes for him. And when he has success, we all know that relays of what we've been doing and how our production is. So that's how I've been thinking of it, and the stats have been kind of out the window, but I've just been focused on how I can help the team.
Well, along those lines, the great offensive line play, how cool has it been to be a part of that?
It's been awesome. I mean, also coming in as a quarterback, a scrawny dude that never really hit anybody, and now I'm in the trenches with guys like Garrett Kern and Mason Randolph that are just dogs, makes me feel proud to be alongside of them and learn from them and try to be my best version of an O-lineman when I'm blocking. So it's been great to be part of that group.
You mentioned George, having him back. What potentially could that do for this offense?
It's great. I mean, we all know how explosive he is, and just being able to get him back on the field and have him and Ashton as a dual threat, like it's going to be tough to stop. And both of them are great players, and George also just as a leader, he's done a great job leading from being injured. That's really hard to do. And he's done a great job doing that. And when he gets back on the field and steps up and starts balling out like we know he will, then it's just going to be fun to see.
Not to give away the game plan, but I mean, you go back to the Washington game, first two plays of the season, they're both out there together, and then George got hurt on the third play. I mean, how much of those two guys together do you think would be an exciting thing for this offense?
Yeah, I think the playbook opens up a lot, and I'm not sure how that's going to be projected on the field, but both of them are going to get great roles in this offense and be able to be productive. And whether that's both of them on the field or whatever it looks like, it's going to be great just to have him out there as a player and a leader.
You've got a good vantage point on a lot of Ashton Jeanty runs. Mm-hmm. How does he break so many tackles when you're out there? Why does he get the yards after contact?
Yeah, it's impressive. He's a guy that works really hard, and he's a tough dude, and he prides himself on not getting tackled by the first guy. Every time he touches the ball, it's a loss for him if he gets tackled immediately. He's always working to push forward and break those tackles, and that's why as everyone on the perimeter, including the receivers, we try to block so hard because we know the play is not over after the first guy meets him at the line. It's always going to be down the field, so we just work really hard, and he does a great job making plays and breaking tackles like that.